It's the game mode that has every bingo player wake up in a cold sweat. Pinball Warrior. Hooah! In this mode, we'll have every player race against the clock on the exact same board to see who can claim as many points as possible. Whoever has the most points at the end of the time limit will be able to claim the title of Pinball Warrior Champion. Whatcha! With ties broken by whoever gets their final score fastest. Though if you think it's that easy, you clearly haven't seen pinball before. The Bingo Wizards have crafted a diabolical board designed to test even the most hardened veterans of bingo. In fact, why don't we give them a sneak peek of what we have in store for our players this time? Yo, Ace, break it down for these Rudies.
In this season, the board consists of 5 types of squares, each corresponding to a type of tape soul that can be unlocked and collected. For every tape soul that is picked up, players can mark a corresponding square of their choice. But can bingo players really handle this much freedom?
Buckle up, kiddies. Let's begin another match of Pinball Warrior. What? Oh, that's my hand. Out. Start it. Out. I'll be good. Out.
Right, and now we have shovelclaws and Nago doing their pinball board.
I'm excited about this one.
Poison Jam and Soda together at last.
Shovel's Poison Jam skin is very cool.
It goes hard.
Shovel going into Dogen also.
Oh, okay.
Or both of double Dogen.
Interesting.
I called going to Dogen controversial in the last game that we commentated, and I very nearly said, like, watch me say that, and then literally everyone moving forward is going to go into Dogen, so...
Yeah, I think there's part of this that I like if Nago was, like, in Shibuya to start with, right?
I was going to say that. Nago... Co-oping this kind of makes sense, like it lets Shovel just grab the tape and leave, but in order for it to be really worthwhile, you probably don't want Nago standing in one place for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, like, time is a luxury in pinball, and, you know, any downtime is generally going to be less than ideal.
For sure. Like, this will get them a good number of points, and it'll let Shovel leave the area sooner. And
yeah, I mean,
if there was a strategy for... Well, yeah, that's true.
Nago immediately getting that air, jumping again for air. There we go. Shovel leaving to go to Kogane, which I think initially was the strat.
Yeah. So once again, just seeing whether Shovel is going to just grab a few things in RDH, or full commit to RDH, or full commit to going deeper into sewers too.
I want to see more teams like full commit to that special cross.
Yeah.
X marks a spot for buried treasure, and that buried treasure is many bingos.
Alright, Nago working on full clearing Dogen now. So that'll be their first special marked pretty quickly, which is a good sign for the general progress of this board.
So it looks like we're having a bit of a challenge grabbing that square. I'm not going to yell about early marks or anything, because as long as it gets picked up, whatever.
Yeah. Not like they're racing against anyone.
Yeah. It'd be a whole other thing if it was 9 minutes 59 seconds in.
Yeah.
Looks like Shovel's continuing along the Vakokudai Heights. Getting a good unlock.
And is it going to go further in is just what I'm curious about.
Yeah. I'm assuming...
How committed are we?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to focus on just getting as many unlocks done as possible, and then following it up with maybe special, just because special's on the way to air, I believe.
Yeah, and you kind of. Aww.
We got any jet graffiti tech ready?
That's the first bingo.
Yeah, that was a rushed bingo, which I quite like, you know.
Nago picking up that Dogen special lets them get center square pretty early.
Yeah, Shovel cutting its losses as well.
sometimes that's what you have to do, especially under such intense time pressure.
You've got one shot, you've just got to use the time well, and any mistakes, they're unfortunate, but you can always, you can always pick yourself back up and get more squares. Whoa, lovely
double from
double
Nago.
From Nago. You'd love to see it.
Yeah. Shovel going out into Dark Side now, going into 99th. Also seems like a good call, especially if it wasn't having much luck in Kogane.
Is it bad that seeing all these defaults lying around is bothering me at this point?
Maybe. Slightly.
That's the other air soul. Looks like Nago has picked it up.
They are one Tricks unlock away from second bingo, so that I assume we'll see picked up pretty shortly. Poor Shovel.
Ooh.
That jump is a little tricky. Oh, understandable.
Looks like
Nago's
Nago's going for 13 platforms.
I forgot that Nago does like a maniac route here.
I mean, whatever works. I mean, the route could be crazy as hell, but
Well, it didn't work, so...
I think kind of realising, hey, there's a soul that I can just grab quickly.
Yeah. That looked like an intentional,
Yeah.
an intentional stop. Not like a mistake.
Going into Hikage, which is one of the faster specials, though when you combine it with the actual travel to the tape. Then again, are there fast specials in Jet Set Radio Future? That's the big question, isn't it, at the end of the day?
We're quickly learning that the answer is no.
That's the one like question mark in bingo. I'm secretly doing an absolute government program for Jet Set Radio Bingo robots that know exactly which special souls are fastest.
Yeah. What we are learning is that souls are generally either far away from you or take a long time to unlock, or are hard to unlock.
Yeah, there's no middle ground, especially with those special souls. I mean, definitely no one's ever going to go to Kibo, I should say. For their special.
Like, picking up and the tape and unlocking and collecting, like, Sky Dino special is pretty quick, but you have to go to Sky Dino. Which makes it immediately less worth it.
No. That's a shame. I was confused about that. Shovel, I think, looking at the board real quick and
recalibrating.
Yeah. This is a wild way to try and unlock special.
It
works.
works. I was about to say Nago with all of the maniac strats.
Yeah, like the amount of variance into just unlocking, this one particular soul is insane. I mean, all things considered, the three components, like the tape's far away in Hikage, but the actual special takes little time to do, and the soul's right there. So I think Hikage is probably one of the stronger squares this season that I've seen.
Yeah, same with like 99th. It takes a second to unlock the soul, but it's quick to pick up once you do, and it doesn't take that long. And the unlock is consistent. It's not like you run the risk of having to like mess it up and try again.
Yeah. I think this is interesting, because it looks like Nago's come all the way back here for tricks, but I mean, I've made my kind of thoughts known on, you've got to get way more specials than you do individual souls, so either you get tricks
is another bingo for them.
That
the
is
middle
true.
row. And Hikage tricks is probably easier to do than 90 or Highway 0.
That is true. So we've got another bingo.
But it did also involve Nago had to like walk back across the whole level. So
yeah. I mean, it's I can't remember what the saying is. The most obvious explanation is probably the most likely. Because there's part of me that wants to think it feels like there's a snipe mentality going on when there's no such thing. But equally possible, if not more so, is the fact that you just don't notice these things when you're kind of trying to get stuff done. And, you know, it's not like you can just pull up regex and see where all your bingos are, right?
Yeah. So, Nago heading
Ooh, good jump.
somewhere. Is Nago going to do 13 platforms now?
Let's see. This does
Looking
appear
like
to be 13 platforms. Or at least 3 of them to begin with.
The bottom left corner special is another bingo, so that would make sense.
Nago does not have a lot of time. Once again, time is not on the player's side going for 13 platforms with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh yeah, I don't think they can make this because they need these platforms over here and they have to get back to the soul.
Yeah, they'd need a very efficient route and didn't get that one platform, so I think that was
That's
the point where
probably
they
it.
realised that the time is nearly over.
They've got a really interesting board pattern going on here too.
Yeah, they nearly had like a window or like a waffle. I don't know, whichever
Yeah.
you prefer. Really, that'll be the next season of Pinball, is make the nicest painting. But yeah, very well played.
Yeah, nice. Also 23.
And with that, Shovel and Nago get slapped onto the board with 23 points at 9 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. We've only got one team left. Will they beat that 23-point wall? We will find out next time on the next and final episode of this season of Pinball Warrior.